Welcome back to the Mastering Runeterra Podcast with Jay and Bay, the #1 source for competitive Legends of Runeterra news and information. If you're looking for the best decks to play right now, be sure to check us out on Twitter at Master Runeterra or in our Discord. And if you want to take the next step in leveling up your game, check out our Runeterra team on Patreon, where we do weekly learning calls and one-on-one coaching. Now strap in and grab yourself some Poro snacks, because we are about to start Mastering Runeterra.
Welcome back to the Mastering Runeterra Podcast with Jay and Bay. We got a fantastic show for you today. Before we jump into that, though, we have to thank all of our patrons and all of our subscribers on the website. Thank you guys so much for supporting us and enjoying all the awesome stuff that we provide for you, like our new weekly mailing. What do you call this? Something when you mail someone. Newsletter. Thank you. That goes out now to all of our subscribers. That has our 3-hour learning call in it, as well as a bunch of like great decks and articles and stuff that have popped up throughout the week, upcoming tournaments and whatnot. Anything else? Let's see what other house clean items we've got. We're going to run Sunday tournaments from now on, starting with a $200 prize pool starting this Sunday. Go check it out on the website. You can see there's a banner. It's going to be on Community Gaming. You can also check out the sign-up links in our Discord. Okay, house cleaning stuff aside, let's jump into some Runeterra. For once, Majiin and I have actually been playing some Runeterra. We can actually talk about the game instead of just bitching about general announcements and Magic the Gathering. Speaking of Magic the Gathering, real quick though.
Oh my god.
Okay, I don't know if I was going to message you about this. I was like, he doesn't really care. But I get the one thing out. Anyway, apparently what's happening at the end of March 31st, I think, they're doing an organized play announcement with Huey. Who, if everyone doesn't know, Huey's like one of the best players of all time, Hall of Fame.
Who took over
he took over organized, or he like became
play, right?
He became like head of organized play or something. Yeah. So this is, that happened some months ago, and we hadn't really heard anything from that since. And we also just have no idea, like there's no live Magic events or whatever. And now there's some going to be organized play announcement, I guess what the future's holding for them. And he's there also, hopefully with his input. It's very exciting. It's like, hopes are really high that like maybe some things are going to be coming back. I don't even play Magic anymore. And I really want Grand Prix to come back because I want to go travel, like play a limited Grand Prix, see the boys, see everyone.
Yeah, those are sick. It's fun.
Yeah, and super fun. Yeah. Just, I mean, there's lots of women that play. It's weird. I like saying the boys because it's funny, but then I'm like, I feel like it's not inclusive.
Going out with the lads. Yeah.
Yeah.
I call everyone's the boys, everyone's the dudes, everyone's the homies. But that's, I feel like, kind of a California thing.
Yeah.
Everyone's like,
okay, bro.
Yeah, everyone's dude.
Hey, dude.
Yeah, man.
Guy.
What up, man? Yep. I say my guy a lot. I say it to girls all the time. I'm like, what up, my guy?
I say bro to girls all the time. I think it's hilarious. Some of them do not appreciate it, so I stop that.
It's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Some of them are fine with it though. Like Sharon, my girlfriend, for anyone who doesn't know, I'm like, bro, don't do that. She's like, why do you shut your face? I'm like, okay, that's fair.
All right, you got it.
Yeah.
I think
thank you, sweetie.
Dude and bro in California have been gender neutral for like a decade.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like it's just the vernacular that we use.
Yeah. Don't want to offend anyone. Want to be inclusive. I just think they're hilarious words. Okay. So back to Runeterra. We're gonna talk about our ladder experiences. This has been the hardest season for me to climb of any season ever, including my very first season when in 2 weeks I went from just playing the game for the first time to Masters in 2 weeks playing Fearsomes. But it was like right at the end of the season, so everyone that was good was already in Masters.
Everyone was already in Masters.
So yeah. I was like, I'm a god at this game. Easy peasy. Yeah, it turns out not accurate. So this is shocking to me that, especially coming off last season when I was just like farming LP for a lot of it, and now here it is. I'm still Diamond 2. Still, I started a no sleep till Masters stream. I haven't slept in like 2 weeks. How long has the season been going? It's been so long. It's been rough, man. It's really tough, and the main reason is because, as we all know, Demacia rally decks are kind of the kings of the format right now.
Demacia / Bandle City,
Yeah.
go wide decks, yeah, for sure.
All of them, right? The Scouts, Sivir Akshan, all the Bandle City,
all the Yordle
Arms
decks
ones,
even like Lulu Ari. It's not Demacia and it's not Bandle City, but it has the same like go wide flavor.
Yeah, and then all the decks that I have traditionally played, like I don't know, Lee and AK from last season, anything with Tri-Beam, Field of Rush, I don't know, anything older has kind of like all that stuff's kind of bad right now. A lot of it's not like you can climb with it, but it's not great. It's not fantastic. Your win percentage is what, between 50 and 55, 53, like 52, 53%. You're like in there. It's like you can still climb that stuff, but you can't be like horsing around and just like I normally do, where I'm like, I don't know, I'm like typically like doing some piece of business and then like kind of like looking. By the way, if anyone ever plays me,
is that you?
That's what this is me businessing. This is kitty paws. I feel so bad for my opponents, by the way. If I'm ever roping you, it's because I'm just like on a call with someone or like chatting with someone, or I feel terrible. I play slowly as is, but then also I just get distracted and like take a bunch of time in my games. So I deserve what I get. But anyways, so man, it was a slog, and I felt really, a lot of people have disliked this format. I know you were not a fan of it to begin with, and I was right there with you. And then I decided to just get over it and buckle down and stop being a little bee and learn these decks.
You can say it. It's our podcast.
I don't know. It feels like derogatory in some way. Don't be weak, Jason. That's what it is. I was just being weak. Yeah. And being like, oh, I can't figure it out. I don't know how to do it. And then I asked in the Discord somewhere, like, hey, how do you play this Tristana Yordle and Arms deck? I think I asked MTuck, who was like number 1 on the leaderboard at the time. And then Herco, who is our editor-in-chief of the website, was like, linked me to one of our deck techs.
Our own
deck techs. And I was like, but I have to read that. Like, MTech will just tell me what to do. And I was like, this is ridiculous. I gotta stop being so lazy. Like, the information is there. This isn't rocket science, you know? I can go learn how to play these decks. This is how you mulligan. These are the important cards that you need in different situations. This is the general game plan of the deck. This is like your win condition. That's really all you
jam
need.
10 games and figure it out.
Yeah. But me, I've always been like this. I'm just stubborn. I just want to play games. I'm like, just play the games. I'll figure it out. I'm good enough. No. I'm just jamming games and like not really getting anywhere. Just doing things wrong, which is actually detrimental because you're learning bad habits that you need to like unlearn. And that's been like par and course for my entire life, basically. I just want to jump in, go do things immediately, figure it out as I go. So now I've decided to put in the work and like learn these decks because like I want to win, right? I want to top 32 seasonals. I want to win seasonals. I want to go worlds. I want to qualify for worlds. I want to win worlds. And if you want to do those things, like you got to put in the work. You can't just you can't just roll out of bed and just be like, oh yeah, it'll be fine. I won't do any practicing. I won't be like up on the latest meta. I won't know how to play all the different decks if you want to maximize your chances. So it's
real quick, I'm gonna interject. It's super funny that you say that like that's how you live your life, because I live my life completely differently, and it totally shows in like how we like interact with each other and stuff. Because like let's say you invited me to a softball game to go play. I don't really know how to play softball, but I get it, right? I understand the basics of the game. I've played T-ball or whatever.
Okay.
I would read 6 articles on I would read an article on the rules of softball. I'd read a couple articles on like all the positions of softball. I'd read a couple articles on like starting guides, like the words that people are going to be using. That way, when I show up, I'm like prepared.
Oh, that's so funny.
And I think you would just show up.
No, so yeah, I would show up to a basketball game where I don't know how to play basketball and be like, Elliot missed. This actually happened once. I bring this up specifically because I was playing out like a work pickup game of basketball, and I like go running down the court. I'm like wide open. My boss hucks the ball down to me. I'm like, catch it. I'm like, miss, no, get it, miss, no, get it, miss, no, get it. They're like, God damn it, Jason.
They just expected you to put it in, so like no one even ran up to play defense. And you're just like,
yeah. Literally, exactly. That's exactly what happened. Like 4 or 5 tries later, they're like, "Oh, he's just not going to get it. We should go get the ball from him."
That's so funny.
Yeah, I just jump. I run. What is it? Jump before you look.
Jump in there.
Whatever. Yeah, because I enjoy doing the thing. I like learning that way also. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's definitely not always the best.
I play a lot of sports, right? But like, I'd never really put the time into basketball except for when I was younger. But I'm like really athletic. So if you hand me a basketball, it looks like I know how to play basketball. Like I could mime the things, right? I could sit there and I could dribble and go between my legs a couple of times and like pretend to juke you out and fake a jump shot and then say Kobe and it looks like I know I'm playing basketball, right? But so someone on like the volleyball crew was like, "Yo, dude, we have a pickup league. Like I want you on my team." And I was like, "Bro, I cannot hoop." I was like, "I cannot play basketball." And he's like, "No, dude, you like I've seen you like hold a basketball, like and you're really athletic. Like, you could play basketball." And I was like, "All right, man, whatever." So we were playing like pickup stuff for volleyball, and he happened to have a basketball. And I was just sitting around because I wasn't in, and he like passed me the ball, and I shot and missed by like 6 feet. He has not asked me again about playing basketball.
Yeah. Depends what level you're playing at for all of these things. I love sports. I did that for Ultimate. It was fine. Okay, Ultimate Frisbee. I'm not real good at throwing the Frisbee. I can throw it like, small distances. I can't do any of those like where you whip it the other way or you go like deep downfield. Like, nah, I'm not that guy, but I can run like a mother and I'll catch that thing every time. So like, I can play a sport. Yeah. It's fun, easy. Yep. I got all fouls though. Probably you're not allowed to like cut people off and shit. I don't know. It's a real.
Oh yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. I in my mind's eye, I'm seeing you just bowl kids over.
Oh yeah. It's supposed to be non-contact. I'm like, fuck that. Like jumping over people. Like
Yeah, it's like the NFL when you see like the receiver go up in the corners like over him, like trying to slot it away. That's you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I fucking loved it. It's great.
I'm here to win.
Yeah.
Anyway, Runeterra.
Okay, that's Runeterra.
So I've been playing some Runeterra.
Wait, hold on. Let me wrap it up.
Who watches the show?
So wrapping it up, I have now gone to the school of Henneke and started playing Sivir Akshan. I've also played a little bit of Yordle Arms. I am like clamping down and forcing myself to learn, taking my own advice, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm still not like winning a whole bunch, but I also have been putting a lot of volume in. But I'm really enjoying it. I'm like it's fun now. Whereas at the beginning of the season, when I was like, I don't want to play these decks. I don't know what I'm doing. Like it's not working. But like now I'm like really trying to learn, and I'm having a blast. Even though I'm not doing a bunch of winning. It feels good to be learning and I don't know, doing something new, and I'm just enjoying the game again. So it's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean that's the way. That's what we always tell people, right? I still don't like this format. However, I basically like didn't play until like this week. I played for YouTube and like a couple times on stream, and my streams are like 2 hours of Runeterra, and then I do something else. Well, I have a bet going with PuffballPanda. If you're not familiar, another Runeterra streamer. I'm going to be in Jersey in May for the Flesh and Blood Pro Tour, where she is at. And of course, basically, whenever I see anybody from this card game community, we're gonna go get drinks. That's like the whole thing. When I see you, we're gonna get a lot of drinks.
So many drinks.
So many drinks. And so we have a bet going because we were both Diamond 3. 0 LP at this moment, and we have a bet that the first one to get to Masters, the other person has to buy the first round of drinks. However, I have a handicap.
Significant.
The decks I have to. It's a significant handicap. The decks I have to play are predetermined. So from Diamond 3 to Diamond 2, I have to play Ariken and Gohard. From Diamond 2 to Diamond 1, I have to play Zerazillion, and from Diamond 1 to Masters, I have to play Mono-Shurima.
I love Mono-Shurima. I love all those decks actually.
I'm playing. Okay, well, I didn't want to play a Zero Mono-Shurima because it's like dookie, right?
So if you
I'm playing the Mono Reksai one.
If you drop down a level,
I have to go back to the other
deck. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, so I've gone back to Ariken like so many times, which sucks because I match up into Darkness and then it's a 30-minute game. Which even when I win, it's like, oh my god, it's so long. Was it worth it? Yes, yes, I'm here to win. I'm currently Diamond 120 LP. So
you're on Mono-Shurima?
Yeah. I'm on Mono-Shurima. Yeah, I'm 1-0 with it. Right after this, I'm going to boot it up and record a video.
That's awesome.
Of me playing it and hope I just like 4-0.
Oh, yeah, you're only 4. That's right. Okay. I was thinking like 4 in actual levels, but these are just the, where's she at right now?
4 times in a row. Diamond 2 80 LP, I think.
Oh, so she's right on your heels.
But she gets to play good decks.
Dude, Mono-Shurima is a deck that I really like. It's just in general as like I like, oh, that's adorable. I think it's really cute and fun. And also a deck that I'm like have always been low key waiting to pop off because it's one of those decks I feel like it's going to be not good enough, and it's going to be too good. Like once there's enough Shurima cards to like fill it out with just all good cards,
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be like legit. How is it in your? I've lost to it before with like actual decks, with like tier 1 decks, where they just like went off on me and like, oh, run the credits, run the movie. It's happening.
I'm playing a completely different version than what you're thinking of.
Oh, okay. What are you playing?
Yeah, I was trying to tell you that.
Sorry.
I'm playing Mono Reksai. So basically it's Reksai,
Ew.
like 12 lurkers, and the rest of the deck's just pump spells.
Was this agreed on when you said Mono-Shurima, or one of you said Mono-Shurima?
I just have to play Mono-Shurima. That's it.
I feel like that's not in the spirit of the bet, because Mono-Shurima is a specific deck.
I told her, I was like, I got some spice coming. And then I took Fresh Lobster's list.
Well,
there's no way.
Now
I
I'm
could make it to
firmly
Masters
on
off.
Team Puffball. If I wasn't already, now it's definitely this desecration of
I just
Mono-Shurima
climbed
will
an
not go
entire
unpunished.
rank with Zerazillion. That deck is so bad.
I'm gonna start backseating Puffball right now. Get
We're just gonna have 8
get
people
Majiin
in
together.
their, like,
Look at
Discord.
Jay Sensational, just everyone. So that's fun. So
It's fun. It's nice to have a reason. Like, I like to compete
yeah,
in whatever, and it's also nice to. It's kind of nice to come from such a handicapped position, because everything's better than you, so you don't get upset about it, and you like know everything's.
so
getting
yeah,
better than
exactly.
what
Your
you're doing.
expectations are reversed, right? So if you lose, you're like, yeah.
Yeah.
If you win, you're like, oh,
Yeah, of course.
got him! Look at this!
Yeah.
God damn!
Gavin.
Yeah, woo! Yeah, no, that's awesome. I love it. You got to figure out how to make it fun somehow. Speaking of competing, though, I don't think most people know this about this season. So seasonals got pushed back. For anyone who doesn't know, open rounds are May 14th. I'm just double checking on everyone. Yes, open rounds of seasonals are May 14th. Top 32 cut is May 21st. So we have a big patch. The big patches they do every other month at the end of March, which we're looking forward to. Very cool. Like March 31st, March 30th. Then there is another big patch. Normally they do them every other month, but for some reason we're getting one March and we're getting one in April.
Because they pushed the setback.
Because we're not getting new cards? Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then we're also getting the champion reworks. Some of the champions are going to be reworked. So there's going to be a champion rework plus another big patch. Maybe it'll be less big because there's the champion reworks and there was just another one. But it said
tweaks.
Major patch or whatever. At any rate, that's coming
Major
out
balance
April
update.
27th. So you have 2.5 weeks between like the last major patch and May 14th, which is seasonals. So it's gonna be a mad scramble. It's gonna be a mad dash. It's also gonna get real exciting because we're gonna get March 30th hits, boom, like new format, basically, right? Bunch of changes, bunch of tweaks. Whenever that happens, those formats are the best. That's where it's like scramble time. You don't know what's good anymore. You can try a bunch of different things out. Things will get buffed to try that stuff out. So we'll have that for a month. And then as soon as things are kind of settling down, boom, we get hit again with like champion reworks and another patch, and then a run up to seasonals, which by the way, we're going to try and run tournaments every single day for that 2.5 weeks Mastering Runeterra, so people have tournaments to play in that road to seasonals. But like,
I mean, us? Are people us? That's did you put those on so we could play?
Yeah, 100%. I was like, I wonder if these will still fill if we're like that close to seasonals. I think they will. I'm like, I don't care. I want to play in them. I want to play in them. Yeah, I want to play in them. Let's go. So yeah, we'll keep an eye out for that as well. But so I'm excited. That's another reason. I'm like doing some work right now. Got like, I don't know, 20 days to kill until like it just kind of pops off. Because as soon as that patch happens, I feel like it's like boom, boom, boom. We got a new patch and another patch, champion rework, and then seasonals. Now the world's race is heating right up. It's full board. Things are getting excited. And then right after that, we get like Jin and all the new champions that are gonna be all crazy and like how these new parameters or whatever. That's gonna be wild. The first seasonals for that. And like now the world's is really heating up. I just feel like as soon as March 30th hits, like just everything is like launching off. And that's just the stuff we know about. So I'm pretty excited for it. I forget how I got on this tangent. Oh yeah, that's what seasonals is. A lot of people don't seem to know.
I also get way more excited for balance updates than I do new sets.
Yeah, me too. They change things more typically.
They change things way more. Yeah.
And in a better way too, right? Like we get formats that end up being like open and awesome, whereas when new cards come out, you get like a Zeralia, Ari Kennen, or Ari or Kennen Ezreal, whatever the first one was. That was super busted.
You get busted
stuff like
busted
that.
Stuff,
or like this last one, you get Udyr. For anyone listening at home, we're smiling and doing thumbs up awkwardly.
Yep. Poor Udyr.
Yeah, they got that guy's gonna get some touching. You touch real good.
Yeah, I hope so. Udyr, yeah, no, he needs some help. He's a bad.
It's a tough job. You know, you push too hard, you get a Zeralia. You don't push hard enough, you get Udyr.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard. It's tough to find that.
You make Udyr too good, and you have Aphelios 2.0.
Yeah.
Now Udyr's nowhere nearly as good as Aphelios, and nowhere near the like ceiling that Aphelios has. But very strong card. If you
go too far,
it was a bit differently. Yeah. Go too far. So I'm basically gonna like just chill for the next like 3 weeks. I have like Indianapolis, the SCG Con, where I'm gonna go play Flesh and Blood. So I'm focusing a bit on that because I don't want to show up to a tournament that I want to do well in completely unprepared. Plus, I have the Pro Tour coming up for Flesh and Blood in May, and I'd like to get some practice in.
Congrats
now.
Again.
That way. Thank you. Yeah. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Competing live is like, it's so much fun.
I miss it. I really miss it. And that's why I'm excited for the Magic announcement. Not so much that I care about Magic so much or whatever.
Yeah.
But just to have tournaments to go to. Like, I want an excuse to go travel places. I'm looking at going to like come meet up with you at Flesh and Blood tournaments. I haven't played a single game of Flesh and Blood in my life. I just want to come see you and everyone else and like hang out at a convention and have fun and like dick around, have some drinks, play some games.
I'd go to a Magic Grand Prix and be like, yo, bring me this combo deck.
Oh yeah.
I'll play. I don't care. I just want to go hang out with people.
Yeah.
It'd be a good time.
Or like go to a good Grand Prix play limited, you know? If you're listening at home, Bay's making his pretty face.
That's my pretty face. Damn.
It was his ugly face.
Yeah, I'm not a known not lover of limited. It's some limited formats are really fun. I think the problem is like Magic limited is not for me. Because it's so like I just curve out on you and I win, or like vice versa. That's how it feels to me.
What are you new? You're literally like the people in the comments being like, LOR is just so pushed, only aggro wins. LOR is so pushed, only control wins. Like, what are you talking? Just curve out?
Jesus. I would argue that's how Magic works. Unless you're playing like Modern.
There was like one format I can remember that was like Zendikar. That was like just kind of real dumb. It was like whoever went first kind of won. Stupid. It was a landfall.
Yeah. Or like
and I agree. Some limited formats, there's definitely different limited formats. Then the best ones are super grindy, underpowered. All the cards suck. And then you have to like I just got 2-for-1. We're winning this one, boys. We're gonna deck our opponent.
I have 4 creatures left in my deck. My opponent has 7 cards left. How do I? No, that's a blast. So fun. I got a grizzly bear, a 2-mana 2/2, a Snickers bar wrapper, and a rubber band. How do I win this? Like I love. Make it happen.
Yeah, that's what I love about limited. But
my 1/2 flyer's been chipping in for 6 turns.
Yeah. I hope the Runeterra, for anyone that doesn't know, there is a Runeterra limited format coming next year.
You want to explain what limited is?
Oh, okay. So it is.
Most people know, but
it's a format where you don't bring your own deck. You get cards during the tournament and you make a deck out of that. So this could happen either.
But Jason, how is that different from Expedition?
Oh, Jesus. Okay. So Expedition, you got like, did you play against people in Expedition or was it PvE?
Yeah. It shows how much we played it, huh? It is PvP.
So you get like stacks of cards and then you like take those and there were some problems with them because they clump together too much and it makes a lot of the decks look the same and whatnot. In Magic Draft, you have a pack of 15 random cards. You open it, you take one. Everyone does that in a group of 8. You all pass your pack. The rest of your 14 cards to the left, you get a new pack of 40 cards. You take one, you keep going, you draft yourself a deck, much like you would draft like a fantasy baseball team or something.
Super fun.
It's super fun. And then sealed is even easier to understand. You'll get like 6 booster packs, crack those bad boys, make a deck out of that, out of those cards.
Oh, you like sealed over draft?
No. I was saying it's easier to
Okay.
explain to someone.
Oh, easier. Okay, yeah. No, draft is where it's
Draft is
at.
extremely skill intensive.
If they just copy that, like, draft has been solved, right? Like, Magic cracked the code, they solved the format. Magic draft's where it's at. Just take it, port it over, change like 3 things to make champions work and like the regions work.
Yeah.
And then ship it. And I'd be stoked, man. 8-man pods.
Love it.
Fire them.
Yeah.
I
have a feeling
Flesh and Blood did that. They literally just copy pasted it.
Yeah, hey. Is it good?
Exactly.
Have you drafted it?
It's so good.
Oh.
It's so good. Yeah. Because the
this is how you're gonna get
heroes
me. Coming to
the heroes and the weapons are tokens.
Yeah, you keep saying that. It's not helping me.
Imagine a commander draft.
Okay.
But you get to pick your commander afterwards, and their signature card or something.
Huh. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, now I'm getting it. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something. I mean, that doesn't quite do it justice, but yeah, it's kind of.
I think it's making more sense though, because we say token. I'm like, it's like it's a 0/1 plant with like that's drawn on your face on it.
It just means you don't have to actually draft it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Mm-hmm. You can just go grab one.
That's very cool. Yeah, that's very cool. I like that.
Like this guy.
Yeah, but then once you've picked it, you're locked in though. Yeah, for the tournament, or can you switch between rounds?
You can switch. So when you do sealed, I'll build like 2 decks.
Oh yeah.
I'll have like my main deck, and then if I think the matchup's like not very good, like they're like, I'm playing this control guy. Well, then I'll be like, I'll switch to this guy.
God damn! I really hope everyone's enjoying this Flesh and Blood Magic podcast. We gotta go every time.
Bro, who even talks about Runeterra?
But yeah, I think Runeterra is probably going to try and do their own thing because that's.
I hope so. I will play that if they do.
That's what they.
I will definitely play that.
That's what they do, right? They want to be different.
Yep.
They want to be somewhat unique, and they got a lot of smart cookies. A lot of people working there. They worked at Magic. They worked on Hearthstone. They worked on Artifact. They got a lot of CCG people. A lot of bright minds. I'd be interested to see them push limited in new ways, especially with digital. I feel like you could do some new stuff.
Yeah, you can do some interesting stuff with digital.
Yeah,
I want them to keep the same format, the same probably like as like Gauntlet, right? Where it's like it's a league. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not like a single limb pod, like a Moto League. When I said league, I said that because I know you would know what I'm talking about. Basically, where you don't have to play all your games at once. You can like play a game. You could draft your deck, leave, come back, play 2 games, leave, come back, play a game, leave. Right? Like that way, it's easier for people to get into casually. You don't have to commit like 4 or 5 hours to.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that's really important, and I think they will.
Yeah, that's a huge one. It's a game changer. One of the things I would kind of like to see is like some sort of. So, for instance, you remember the 2v2 mode in Runeterra?
Yes.
You got like
it.
Yeah, I didn't love it, but there was some stuff there that I thought was really interesting. Like one of the things was like how they just give you like a free cat every draft. For anyone listening at home, my cat just keeps jumping on my lap. Okay. You get the items, like you get like the power-ups or whatever, and you could ship them over to your teammate. That was like kind of like a light bulb for me. I was like, that's really interesting because that allows you to do some really like have team events and have them be very unique. Because in Magic, it's like you all play different decks, and it's like that's it. So like you each sit on a table. You each pit. Yeah. You sit beside each other and play the other person on their team. There's no point. You could be like the team aspect means nothing. You know, it's just not really that great. I limited. There's some good team stuff, but anyways, being able to do that, being able to like imagine it was like a 3-on-3 and you were playing constructed, but then you had like each team had like different power ups that would come. And like you could like share, you have to share them amongst your team, like resources, like adds like extra strategy to it. I don't know. I thought that was really interesting that there might be something there. And so when they're doing this limited format, I don't know, going like tapping into the fact that it's digital only allows you to do so much stuff. Like puff caps, it's not something you could do in paper, right? You can't just be like hiding like little things down and
roll some dice.
Yeah, it's just trying to find out where they are and not know when they're coming. Like, I can see the. This one has a bulge in it. So it's like I don't know what else there is, but like digital definitely opens up the door for a lot of new possibilities.
Did I tell you how TFT did it?
No.
So TFT launched Double Up a bit ago. They just kind of like threw it out there, and basically, if you played TFT.
I played a few games, yeah.
Okay, so if we're gonna play Double Up, it'd be you and me, and we'd go in against three more teams of 2. I think that's how it is. And so if I'm playing, like they have the item sharing every now and then, you can like you can pick a bonus to give them. So it'd be like, do you want to send your teammate 8 gold or a BF sword, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'd be like, what do you want? 8 gold or a BF sword? And you'd be like, I'll give me the sword. And then every like so ever many rounds, you get an item which you can attach to a champion or whatever they're called, and I could send them to you along with all their attached items. So you're building your comp, and I will be trying to build a piece for you as well. And then I'll send it over to you. But the coolest part, and this is the part that like the Runeterra one didn't have, something like this that really brings it all together, is that let's say we're playing, and I beat my opponent really quickly. After a couple seconds, my team will join yours. They'll go help you.
Oh.
And that really made it feel cool, like you guys are actually playing together.
Oh, right, because that's
So, like,
if one of you, it's like what if one of you finishes combat first, your units go over to the other person? Is that how it works?
Yes.
Right,
Yeah.
I remember this now. Yeah.
But that can happen to you as like your opponent can do that as well.
Exactly.
Yeah. And it made it really interesting. And if they can find something like that for Runeterra, it's gonna be hard. But if they could find something like that, I think that's like the missing piece.
You like kill your opponent, all your cards go into their hand or something. That'd be so ridiculous. Your life total gets added to theirs. Just ridiculousness. Yeah, I don't know how you would do it, but something like that would be really cool. Is that mode still popular? Because I know that came out like a little while ago now. Is that? And I was like, it was a hit. I remember people talking about it a lot.
It was a hit, yeah.
Yeah.
I do not know. I don't really play TFT.
Yeah, I mean, we took all their funding, so I think they're dead right now.
Sorry, Soju.
Sorry, Soju. Oh, good stuff. Okay, let's talk a little bit more about Runeterra. What are your thoughts on like what do you think the best decks are right now? Like, there's a lot of Demacia piles. Which ones do you actually like?
Any deck that can cast Yordle in arms or 4 Demacia is probably tier 1.
Yeah.
Everything else is not.
Is it? You think it's really that clear cut?
No, Darkness is also up there, I think. But like all the best decks are like go wide, buff my whole squad decks right now. Yeah. I do think Sivir Akshan is secretly like a top 3 deck. Not even that secretly, but like people still don't play that deck, and I don't know why.
It's pretty. It's good, but it's not like busted.
Yeah.
Like
no, it's just really good, and it allows you to like express your skill, which is to me really important.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, you get like such cool wins. What did I do the other day? I can't remember. It was something. Oh, I cast Sivir like champ spell to like deals 5 damage to random things, and then they were at 3 or whatever, and then I concerted like their unit like right after. So yeah, I stacked it. So I killed the unit, and then all the damage would go to their face. Nice. And I was like, oh, that was pretty cool. I found this line. I was like, I wish I was recording this. And then like there's lots of like just like especially with concerted, there's always lots of stuff with overwhelm and like leveling up your Sivir at different points. Yeah. It's like, yeah, the deck's pretty cool. I get it. I'm a Sivir Akshan main right now this season. Okay, well, you've been playing a lot of AK, so that's a deck I played a little bit too, and I felt that it still had a decent amount of power to it.
Still got legs, yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. Here's the big problem. I've played so much AK. I've played so much RE Cannon. I don't know if the deck's winning because it's good, or if it's just because I have so much practice with it that it's putting it over the threshold and I win because of it.
Well, here's the thing. I didn't have very much experience with the Go Hard version, which is what we're talking about right now. And it is considerably different than the Absolver version in the way that it plays out.
Yeah.
And I was smashing people. This was earlier in the season.
Hell yeah.
But like I felt the power. Like it was still there. And I was doing some real unfair things to people. And so like that's why I was kind of keeping an eye on it. And like I know you played it in a tournament early, and I played it in a tournament early too, I think. I was curious to get your thoughts about it. And yeah, I feel like it's a deck. It's a deck that is like good, but not amazing.
Yep.
I have no idea what the matchup spread looks like though. And like also I played it before all the Demacia decks became like the mainstream, because I feel like those are not great matchups, right?
That's very good. Well, it depends on which Demacia deck you're talking about. Scouts, no. Pantheon and Sivir Akshan, very much yes.
What about Yordle and
you
Arms?
Want to play against Pantheon and Sivir every day. Yordle and Arms, it kind of depends. Like the Fey ones, I struggle with because like I can't interact with their stupid owls.
Yeah.
That hit me for like 4.
Yeah.
And they have spell shield for some reason.
They spit so many of them out.
I hate those. And then yeah, like so that one's a lot more hard for me to interact with. And then there's like Yordle arms and Rally in that deck, and like I have to counter both. But the other ones I haven't had nearly as much problem with because your turn is like, okay, Yordle arms, cool. I'll block like 4 and I'll stun 1 and I'll homecoming and I take no damage. My turn. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think that's the problem
it.
though. Like Scouts and the Yordle arms Rally deck are like kind of like two of the more popular ones. They're smashing,
and they're gonna mess you up. They're gonna mess you up. I think Ari Kennen will be a very potent tournament deck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, any deck that like loses to 1 or 2 of the top decks and just kind of beats just a whole bunch of other stuff, that's a very good tournament deck. That's like a Lee Sin, Zoe type situation.
It could slot right in with Darkness as like a ban Scouts look to beat Lee Sin and other decks kind of thing. Although it depends on like how you want to play Darkness. I'm just spitballing here. This is just off the top of my head.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking too hard about lineups right now because we are getting the balance updates before seasonals and stuff.
Yeah. But bro, $200 Mastering Runeterra tournament this Sunday, 9 a.m. Pacific. Be there. It's also my birthday, so I might play a couple rounds and then bounce. But we're having those every Sunday now, FYI. So everyone come out, enjoy, play some tournaments. I'm looking forward to playing them. I'm like, I want to play this Sunday so bad, but it's also my birthday and I have plans. But I'm like, what time are those plans? It's my birthday. I can be late, right? Like, can I play from my phone?
Do whatever I want. Yeah. I will tell you one thing that I know for sure. Zarazillion sucks. The deck is really, really bad.
For confirming. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I mean, okay, it's really bad right now. In other formats, it's at least been like okay. It might not have been great, but it was a deck.
It is currently not one of those decks. It's so bad.
Have you tried playing Lee Sin on the ladder?
No, not really.
Because I know
I've played so much Lee Sin.
I know Kevra was doing really well with it earlier. He's like 75% win percentage.
I played it a bit at the beginning of the season, and I just like won all my games and went okay, and then switched to other things.
Yeah. Because I feel like there's just a whole bunch of nonsense out there right now that Lee's just like, that's adorable. Like you didn't come with like mini morphs and stuff, so like you're done here.
And like your scout matchup's like pretty decent. I mean, the Broadwing Protector makes the scout matchup harder,
I hate that card so much.
But the Dragon, your Wounded White Flame makes the scout matchup easier, so you just kind of have to like
getting your eye eaten is real rough.
Yeah.
Not a fan.
Yeah. Yep. Anyways, haven't really played Lee because like I don't know. I'm tired of playing Lee.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna jam 100 games of Lee Sin on ladder.
Yeah.
I played so much Lee Sin. I will play Lee Sin in a tournament and I'll love it, but it's different.
Riddle me this. Imagine let's say Worlds had been announced and that it's whatever, we'll go October. It's in October.
Yeah.
That means I think we're gonna have 3 seasonals before. What was the prize pool before? Was it 200? It was 200K. It was 200K prize pool last year because I remember it was a little bit less than the old Pro Tours, which were 250, if memory serves. But it was in that range, 200, 250. I'm pretty sure it was 200.
Yeah, it was like 150, 200 or something like that.
Yeah,
it wasn't 250, but it might have been. Like
I thought it was 200. I feel like it was 200. Anyways, we're gonna say it's 200 theoretically, and it's in October, and there's 3 seasonals to qualify for it. Would you be more inclined to be climbing the ladder knowing that that is one of the ways to qualify for Worlds?
No. I know that is not the answer you expected.
No, it's an honest answer. Tell me why.
Yeah, no.
Because you're just going to win on their seasonals? There's only 3, Bay. There's only 3, okay?
If I top 32 all of them, I just make it anyway. No, my plan, and what I'm just going to wait until the balance update. And then I get to play. I get to be excited, and I get to play.
That's still a bunch of time, right? You have a month and a half to climb the ladder still.
I cannot perform well if I'm not enjoying myself.
Yeah.
I just don't.
Yeah.
I literally just don't. I lose the ability to do well.
And you're like not alone. You're not alone there, right?
Yeah. If I'm not enjoying myself, I just autopilot.
And the reverse is also true. If you're having an absolute blast, you just start playing your best.
I just crush everything.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah. because all I'm doing is thinking about it, right? All I'm doing is thinking, I just want to play more games. I just want to get better. I just want to learn more. I just want to learn this deck. I just want to play this deck. I just want to try this deck,
and that
right?
was how I was able to force my mind to go back into that mode. I like manually crank it back instead of like a new set release that like just does it automatically. And I'm like flip it over.
Turn
the
like
handle
rusty and
over. Yeah. But I'm super happy that I got there because I don't want to be salty and unhappy or just not playing the game at all. Majin, where do you go? Majin, are you there?
I don't know.
Are you gone? Where are you?
Camera, please.
Are you underwater?
Please. What are you even looking at, camera? There's nothing in the frame that's in focus.
So,
one of these days, maybe when I win another seasonal, I'll buy another camera.
Were you supposed to buy a camera with the first seasonal money? Well, you bought the computer, right?
I bought the computer.
Dude, when's your birthday, bro?
September.
Yeah, someone's getting a fucking camera, courtesy of Jay.
But like, I took it out of the mastering room.
That's right. Yeah, I took out your dividends, bro. Here you go. Dude, you know what? We shamed the rest of the Runeterra show for long enough that they all got good mics and stuff. So
it worked.
It worked.
Yeah, it worked.
And it sounds so much better now.
The mic is like easily the biggest upgrade, right?
Yeah.
Just like having a mic instead of just using like your headset is such a big upgrade.
Speaking of which, did you check your mic settings before we started recording this?
Does it sound bad again?
No, it doesn't. But remember last time you forgot to look and make sure.
I made sure I hit Yeti Nano and wasn't recording out of my webcam.
Okay, thank God.
I'm gonna check right now. I'm gonna check again.
I do so much work to try to get these to sound good, and then Bay's just like derp 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 derp.
I just clicked the button.
Excellent. Yeah, I just show up, bro. All right.
Yep.
You got anything else?
Play Sivir Akshan, people. It's a good deck.
It's good. Also, for anyone, this is kind of a new thing that we're doing now. So when we do our 3-hour learning calls on Thursdays for all of our patrons and subscribers, we're bringing in like an expert on decks to come do like an hour-long deck tech where they talk about the deck, how they mulligan, how they play it, and then they play some games, typically on ladder or maybe against one of us, depending. So Henneke came yesterday and played for like an hour and a half, played Sivir Akshan. Man, was it good. And then we all backseat and ask questions and learn stuff. And it's just like, it's the best way to learn.
Good stuff. It's a master class for an hour.
And it's just those little things. It's like, oh, hey, I would play this card here and do this. Like, why are you not doing that? And they're like, oh, because like they'll play this card and then we'll get wrecked and this will happen or something. Like, oh, and like the whole matchup is like, boop, like you just got it now. Like, oh, like you just need that one little like, and it all kind of like falls into place for you. And I mean, there was a lot.
It's so nice to be able to just like ask question, immediately get response. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like in the moment. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's very good.
It's great.
So what we're going to start doing now is we record all these and we send them all to all of our patrons and subscribers. But what we're going to do is we have them on Patreon. We're going to put them on the website too, so that if anyone signs up, they can go back and like, you know, in like 2 weeks or something, you're like, oh, hey, I want to hear that Henneke freaking recording and like how he plays the deck and whatever. You still just go back and see it. So yeah, I'm excited for all those. We'll get like, you know, we'll get Kever in on some Lee Sin perhaps. We'll get What Am I in on just basically any deck, I guess, because
anything pretty much.
Cracked.
Yeah. He's okay, I guess.
He's okay. It's all right. He won Fight Night. That was cool. I didn't know that. Went with aggro. Yeah. Love it.
Yeah. He's been talking about the 9 decimate playing for a long time.
It gets those Demacia decks like Pantheon can real struggle against like spiders and stuff.
Oh yeah. All right. That's about it for me. Yeah. I think I'm going to be trying to hit masters quickly, obviously, because I got to get that delicious beverage for free. And yeah, then I'll probably just kind of like chill, play fun stuff for YouTube and stuff, practice Flesh and Blood, and then but when that balance patch hits,
it's go time.
Expect me to be in there. Yeah, making it happen.
Go time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you know, seasons got pushed back by like an extra month or whatever. Like it's bound to happen. We got a lot of cool stuff coming. We just started a second testing team under the Mastering Runeterra umbrella. We'll have some announcements about that. We'll probably have another like Runeterra show type podcast coming out with all those awesome guys. And then we have lots of tournaments coming up. And yeah, yeah, and all I'm pretty excited about Runeterra. Excited for the future.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
We'll wrap it up. Everyone have a great weekend. Come say happy birthday to me on Sunday if I'm streaming. I don't know if I will be or not. But come play the tournament anyway. And we'll see you guys later. Take care. Peace.